field position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp. As we'll see a top 5 team in this conference taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Florida Gators. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. LSU will put a foot to it for the opening kickoff. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. A designed run for the quarterback. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw. It's Lagway. They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
And the offense goes 5 wides and spreads the field. The problem is that spreads you thin, and you only got 5 guys in protection, and they don't do a good enough job up front. The defense gets home, forces the fumble. Big play for this defense.
First down, operating in the red zone and doing it in a den of noise. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. To the air on 2nd down. Unloads to the wideout. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Tigers! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll leave it with him. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line here.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week. And this offense is searching, man. They're trying to find something. Last week, they did nothing. They got nothing going, looked really, really poor. This week, starting a little sluggish. They got to find something they can hang their hat on and something they can build off of for this offense.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
The Gators have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for space, it's Clark. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. After the good pickup on 1st down, let's see if they keep it on the ground.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
Looking to throw, it's Flagway. Swings it out to his running back. And the Gators come to the line in the hurry up. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled.
He's got it and more than enough for a 1st down. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
Hey, I gotta be honest, I don't know if the defense was expecting that type of throw on 4th down. It looked like they were all huddled close to the line of scrimmage, looking for something in the quick game, but instead the quarterback takes a shot vertically down the field and catches the defense off guard.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. The Gators kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Starting to feel a little pressure. Nobody open, he just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
Fires into the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. The kicker will reach for a 36-yard attempt. It's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. They'll try the run. Rumbles ahead for a pickup of 5 to the 29.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on second down. Second and 10, really hard. Third and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Fighting off the defender. Finding an escape route. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Wants to throw on first down. Finds the tight end. Almost got it to midfield on that one. He's out of bounds, a yard short at the 49. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Looking to throw again. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. Well, LSU receivers are known for their swagger. That is swagger well earned after that one.
You go outside and you make plays. Like, listen, you have swag, you have confidence, and you...
There he goes! And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. So now with 1st and goal, let's see what LSU does here. Goes to the option. The pitch. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
All right, this offense just keeps trying to pound the ball into the end zone down tight, but the defense, they're very, very physical. So I think you got to think about either a perimeter run, a potential run-pass option, or let your quarterback try to go make a play throw.
On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Johnson looking to throw. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And they'll knock him down.
And this offense, they don't want a field goal. You could tell. They want a touchdown. They want points 4th down, going for it. How about the QB, man? How about the poise? Dropping back to throw the football. Nah, it's not open. Nothing there I don't feel comfortable with, but he absolutely pulls the trigger, makes the decision, tucks it, and gets the big 4th down conversion.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for room. It's ball. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Coming off a season in which things really didn't go their way in conference play, and they'd love to get on a roll here this season.
Well, this is a team from a roster standpoint, though, that believes they're better on the field than they were a year ago. They made some additions through high school recruiting, through the portal, and they think that's going to be the difference, David.
Yeah, and now they got to put it together, right? And this is when it really works. When you get in conference play, it gets different. The familiarity within the league of all the coaches, and so this is really hard for them. But I'm interested to see what they can do and to see if they can bounce back.
Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Sends it back in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play.
Defense has been looking so good on this drive so far. They already set up 3rd and long, and now they take all the throws away down the field. Great job in coverage, great job reading the QB's eyes, so there's nowhere for him to go with it. He's got to throw it away.
He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. Step of this drive comes from their own 44. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, LSU.
Looking for a man. It's Nussmeier. Got the quick pass. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
And the Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. On the run, it's Durham. The Tigers will keep this drive going.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the 1st down.
It's 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Timeout, Florida.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. First down here for the offense. They'll move the wide receiver. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Finds a little space. Turning on the Jets. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. The Tigers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Quarterback keeper. LSU will get a first down. When these two first met in 1937 in Baton Rouge, LSU shut out the Gators. Florida would notch the first road victory in this swampy series when they beat LSU on the Bayou in 1956.
And a lot of history between these two teams, because even when there were two divisions in the SEC, this was a constant cross-division rivalry featuring lots of NFL talent and some really dramatic games. I remember being the #1 team in the nation back in 1997, going into Baton Rouge and losing, and the fans rushing the field, tearing down the goalposts. These two teams have unbelievable fan bases and lots of talent on the field.
LSU lining up 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Dances away to buy time. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Yeah, I love the little play-action fake. It's, you get inside the 5, you're thinking run as a defense, come up, be physical, and they slip those guys right behind you, throw it over the top of you. Man, those are tough to defend. Nice little play-action by this offense.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to adjust the pattern. Wants to throw. It's Lagway. Rushes on him. He's open on the right. Ran right through the defender, and now he's still running. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one.
Who needs a 2-minute offense? When you're this explosive, this offense creates the big play, completely flips the field position right away, now in a position to go ahead and score points before the half.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dominant.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack 1st down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. He just treated that thing like a hot potato, and they're going to call him for grounding. So the intentional grounding call will be a loss of down, and now it's 4th down. The Gators will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt.
Offense will take over. 1st and 10.
Johnson wants to throw it. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. They'll immediately call timeout.
This defense needed something to happen to create some momentum back to their side. They built a deficit. QB's been very comfortable making plays. Exactly what you need. Put some doubt in his head. Get to him. Hit him. Get physical. They get the sack on this play, and that's just what they need.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pocket breaking down. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball.
You gotta love the aggressive nature this defense is playing with right now, and you're seeing the athletes and the dudes they've got up front. A sack on the last play, they hit the quarterback on this last one. Now 3rd down, you know they're gonna be pinning their ears back.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He unleashes a long one. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
And you wonder if that interception is going to bring this guy back down to reality a little bit. He was lights out early in this game. Everything he was throwing was right on the money, and that might have been a decision where he got a little bit greedy, and David, the defense made him pay.
And this defense has seen it time and time. They've been throwing the football, having success. Nice job adjusting, breaking on the football, making a play. They needed to break serve. They needed something to happen to go their way to kind of mess this guy's rhythm up. That might be the start of it.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Keeping it on the ground to open the 2nd half. On the move at the 30. Turning it on. He's loose. At the 20. Touchdown LSU. He broke away from the defense and they couldn't catch him. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Cal is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Aaron Rodgers should never be counted out of any game. It's a close one right now. They're trailing by 1 to SMU. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates, you'll see them here, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the 2nd half.
Quarterback may change this route. To the air, it's Lagway. Fires to the wideout. Caught over the middle, it's Wilson. And he got enough for the 1st down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. And the Gators want to move quickly. To the air on 1st down. Unloads it left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They just gashed the defense on that one, and they've got it down to the 23. Few teams improved over the second half of last season as much as Florida. And Jesse, the biggest reason, the play of the young quarterback, DJ Lagway.
He was just unflappable a year ago, Reese, as a true freshman. We saw that on the field, but even in my time sitting down and meeting with him, he just has a poise and a demeanor and a confidence that you don't see very often in college. This is a different type of dude, and they're expecting him to take the next level, and with that, this program carrying it on their shoulders.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
Well, will they dial up on second, and a long way to go. Motion from the wideout. Just keeps swinging it. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He lofts one down the sideline. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Florida!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
To the air, it's Nussmeier. He's going to fire deep. Brings it in down the left side. He's running free down the middle. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Number 17.
Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield on first down. A strike downfield. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down. The Gators racing to the line in a hurry up. Wants to go up top on first down. He's going to run it. Runs through the tackle. Finishes the run with the slide. They've got it first and 10 at the 50.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out, but when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Trying to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Throws for the tight end. He's got it. He was on his way. He could smell it. He gets it inside the 10. They stop him at the 9.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone.
I like the decision by the quarterback there. It's only first down. It's not there. Throw it away. Live to play another day.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Caught in the backfield. It's Wilson. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football, and you saw it right there.
They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. Finds a crevice and picks up 5 out to the 8.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DBs close to the line of scrimmage, and then that might open up some big plays down the field.
And the Tigers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Scanning the field, it's Nussmeier. The screen, he's got wheels. Brought down, but looks as if LSU will pick up the first down.
There's a reason 3rd down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at 3rd down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. And maybe that's something they can point to as they get ready for their next opponent, of things they did right and things that they got to do more consistently moving forward.
It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. On the move. How about this sophomore stopping him?